a little under the scrutiny of the media, saying things, taking pictures and stuff. How does someone live with that and not feel like you want to go and knock someone's face for what they wrote?
If you ask most people what their number one fear is, what do you think it is? Most people's number one fear is public humiliation. Okay.
I mean, these are two Hollywood heavyweights with legendary careers. But what if I told you there was a time when these two almost went head-to-head on the big screen? Imagine the intensity, the raw talent, the sheer cinematic power of Mel Gibson and Robert De Niro sharing the screen. Now, both of these men have taken on some of the most iconic roles in film history. Gibson with his action-packed epics, and De Niro with his method-acting brilliance. But did you know they were once attached to the same project? Let's dive into what could have been one of Hollywood's greatest collaborations and why it never happened. Before we get into that, let's break this down. Mel Gibson, despite all the controversies, still has a dedicated fan base and continues to deliver films that actually make waves. Meanwhile, Robert De Niro, while still a legend, has been making headlines for reasons that have nothing to do with his acting skills. And just when you think Hollywood couldn't get messier, Gibson steps in with a statement that shakes things up. But what exactly did he say? And why is it sending shockwaves through the industry? Let's get into it. Meanwhile, De Niro, while still respected, seems to be stuck in a loop of forgettable roles and off-screen controversies.
A little under the scrutiny of the media, saying things, taking pictures and stuff. How does someone live with that and not feel like you want to go and knock someone's face for what they wrote?
If you ask most people what their number one fear is, what do you think it is? Most people's number one fear is public humiliation. Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting. Mel Gibson didn't just survive Hollywood's canceled culture. He came back swinging. And now he's making headlines again, not for a scandal, but for speaking his mind about the state of Hollywood. What did he say, and why is it sending shockwaves through the industry? Let's break it down. Fans have noticed. Instead of delivering powerhouse performances like he used to, De Niro seems to be coasting through roles, while making more headlines for his political rants than his movies. Meanwhile, Gibson, despite all the controversies, is proving that Hollywood still wants what he brings to the table. But here's the real question. Has De Niro lost his edge, or is he just choosing the wrong projects? And is Mel Gibson officially back as one of Hollywood's power players? Let's talk about it. Out. And let's just say he didn't hold back. Gibson, never one to bite his tongue, made it clear that he thinks De Niro has strayed too far from what made him a legend in the first place, his craft. Instead of delivering unforgettable performances, De Niro is making more noise off-screen than on it, and, according to Gibson, that's a problem. But here's the kicker. Does Mel have a point? Has De Niro's Hollywood reign started to crumble under the weight of his own words? Or is this just another case of two industry giants clashing? Let's break it down. Meanwhile, De Niro, once a cinematic powerhouse, seems more interested in making headlines than making hits. The guy who gave us legendary performances in Taxi Driver and Goodfellas is now best known for his political rants. And here's the thing, audiences are noticing. That's what makes Gibson's call-out so brutal. He's basically saying, hey, maybe focus on the work instead of the soapbox. And let's be real, does he have a point? Hollywood isn't what it used to be, and fans are tuning out when actors turn into activists instead of entertainers. So, is De Niro losing his edge? Or is Gibson just stirring the pot? Let's hear it. Who's still got it, and who's lost the plot? When was the last time De Niro starred in something truly iconic? Sure, The Irishman had its moment, but lately his projects haven't exactly been setting the box office on fire. Meanwhile, Gibson, despite years of Hollywood exile, is directing Lethal Weapon 5 and still delivering films that people actually want to watch. That's the difference. One guy is focused on storytelling, the other on soapboxing. And audiences, they're making it clear which one they prefer. So what do you think? Is De Niro still a legend, or has Gibson left him in the dust? buying it anymore. De Niro playing a tough guy gangster used to be box office gold, but now it feels like a tired rerun. And the worst part, Warner Bros. Knew it. They barely promoted Alto Nights, and when a studio loses faith in a film before it even hits theaters, you already know it's doomed. Meanwhile, Gibson is out here reviving Lethal Weapon and still bringing in audiences. So, what does that tell you? Maybe it's time for De Niro to take a step back and let the work speak for itself, if there's still an audience willing to listen. When did De Niro deliver a performance that truly blew people away? Sure, The Irishman had its moments, but that was years ago. Since then, it's been a string of forgettable roles and endless political rants. Meanwhile, Gibson, despite being Hollywood's black sheep, keeps proving that audiences care about the work, not the lectures. And that's exactly what Gibson is calling out. Actors who've lost touch with what made them legends in the first place. Instead of entertaining, they're scolding. Instead of storytelling, they're speech-making. And if box office numbers are anything to go by, people are tuning out. Who treat the industry like their personal soapbox. They want stories, action, and entertainment, not political grandstanding. That's why Gibson's comeback is working, while De Niro's career feels stuck. Audiences are proving that talent and storytelling matter more than personal opinions. And if De Niro keeps choosing lectures over legendary performances, he might just fade into the background, while Gibson, against all odds, takes center stage again. Opus hits, and De Niro's recent films just aren't delivering. Meanwhile, Gibson, despite all the controversy, keeps proving that audiences care about great storytelling more than off-screen antics. The message is clear. Fans want actors who focus on their craft, not their politics. And if De Niro doesn't catch on soon, he might find himself on the outside looking in while Gibson continues his unlikely resurgence. Office success. Right now, De Niro just isn't bringing that. So here's my question to you. Do you think De Niro can ever turn things around, or is he stuck being that angry old guy who just won't let it go? And what about Mel Gibson? Has he actually redeemed himself, or is he still too controversial for Hollywood to fully embrace? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. If you love deep dives into Hollywood's wildest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Oh, and don't go anywhere, because next time we're diving into another Hollywood showdown that you won't want to miss. Whether it's behind-the-scenes drama, career comebacks, or the biggest controversies rocking the industry, we've got it all covered. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next one. Tackling something even crazier, trust me, you do not want to miss it. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today. You're awesome for sticking around till the end. Now, go watch something fun, take a break from the Hollywood drama, and I'll see you in the next one.